Hey everybody, and welcome back to Psychology Geek. In today's video, we are talking about 10 signs your partner doesn't love you. Before we go straight into the video, please subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Sometimes it's a blurred image, sometimes it's as clear as day, but when you start to get that feeling that your partner is just not that into you, it's time to leave. You think that you know your partner's love language. You might speak it fluently, but sometimes the things that make us feel loved are different from what our partner needs to feel loved. That leaves both of you feeling unfulfilled in the relationship and longing for something more fulfilling. Sometimes it can be hard to tell if your partner truly loves you or not, but there are a number of psychological signs that show that they might not care as much as you think they do. Following are the psychological signs that tell you the difference between someone who is just faking their feelings and who is genuinely in love with you. They are only in it for the physical relationship. Being there for the person you love is being present for them, emotionally and mentally as well. When you're in love, you want to connect with your partner at every level. You want to know every single detail about them and their life, and you want to be that permanent part of their life. When you're together, it's all physical all the time, and this could be a great sign, except when you're looking for a relationship with something more. If your partner turns any discussions you're trying to have into a full adult fun fest, then they might be avoiding a more emotionally intimate relationship with you, and perhaps the physical is all they want. If your partner only seems interested in the physical aspect of the relationship and doesn't want anything else, that's one of the signs that they don't necessarily love you, and chances are that they might not change their mind anytime soon, if that's all they're getting out of the relationship. We know that intimacy is important in a relationship, but that totally doesn't mean that physical connection is the only thing you need to make a relationship work. They don't make efforts. When you're in love with someone, you make endless efforts to please that person. They care about and they want to make things work. But if your partner doesn't seem to care, or if they don't make any effort, this is one of the signs that they don't love you. If your partner doesn't care about the relationship, they won't make efforts, or not even bother to make things right. They'll start avoiding you. Also, they start avoiding your family and friends gatherings. They'll stop asking about your day or about your life. Knowing what your partner had for lunch at work or how their mother's rose garden is doesn't seem that important, but the research has proved that couples build intimacy through hundreds of very ordinary, mundane moments in which they attempt to make emotional connections. If your partner isn't asking about your ordinary, mundane parts of life, then the love has run dry. They don't care if you're happy or sad. When you're in love with someone, you always try to make them happy, make them feel comfortable. You make sure that they are okay, both emotionally and mentally. But if your partner never seems to care about you or your feelings, or they can't seem to be happy when you're happy, then that's not a good sign. People in love always care about each other. Both of them want to make each other happy and comfortable. They always want to see you smile and make sure that you're not having any problems. If your partner stops doing things for you, all the cute stuff that you liked, which made you feel special, which made you feel that you were his and only his, it's all gone. Your partner is not even trying anymore. He stopped caring altogether, and your partner doesn't seem to care about your happiness or your comfort, and that probably means that they don't love you. They pretend to be busy. When a person loves you, they want to be with you all the time, enjoying your company and want to spend more time with you. But if your partner often pretends to be busy all the time and avoids your presence and doesn't spend time with you, then that's not a good sign, because your relationship becomes stronger when you spend more time together and know each other. If your partner doesn't spend time with you and acts like they are busy all the time, then that's not a good sign. It means that they don't love you. Communication is the key to having a healthy relationship. One of the biggest signs he doesn't love you anymore is lack of communication. This is not like ignoring you. This is much more serious and on a deeper level. When he loses interest in you, he will cut you off. He will lose the need to communicate with you in any way, whether it's body language communication, verbal, or just eye contact. He will break off all of these. Then it's time for you to realize it's over. There's no point in trying when you can't even talk properly. There is no point in stretching this already difficult time. They might not be interested in spending time with you, but they are obligated because of the relationship. When yours does this, it's a good time to set the boundaries and spend time with other people. Instead, that's the way your partner will see that you're not going to wait around for them, and they might start changing their attitude. Rarely compliment you. Compliments are a great way to tell someone that you are special for them. They show that you care about the person. Compliments show your love for that person. If your partner never stops giving you compliments, even if you're in a long-term relationship, the reason for that is that he will always find you attractive and beautiful because he loves you. A normal partner will stop you and tell you that you look like a princess today. He will use every opportunity to make you feel special and loved. Sadly, a man who doesn't love you anymore won't give you the time of day. He will stop noticing how cute and beautiful you are because you're not working for him anymore, because he doesn't love you anymore. Slowly, you'll become invisible. If your partner starts giving you compliments rarely, then they don't love you as much as you think they do. But it is not always this way. Some people use compliments to trick people into thinking that they love them. When someone truly loves you, they might not be good at expressing their feelings. Everything you do bothers them. When you're in love, you find everything funny and cute about that person. You adore them for no reason. You keep ignoring their flaws. But on the other hand, when you can't stand someone's guts, then just existing, breathing and doing nothing annoys the hell out of you. All the things that your partner used to consider adorable about you have now become a source of resentment. If this is the case, it is pretty clear that he has gotten tired of your relationship. It's possible he doesn't want to accept this as a sign that he isn't into you anymore, or that he feels guilty about his lack of emotions. But if this man is frustrated by your presence in his life, his emotions for you are long gone. They also start blaming you for everything when things go wrong in a relationship. It's natural you want to blame someone, but if your partner blames you for everything all the time, that's also a sign that they don't love you. Generally, people who are in love take their responsibilities for their actions. They know that relationships are a two-way street, and they try to fix their mistakes. But if your partner's always pointing fingers at you, then that's not a good sign. It means that they are afraid to take responsibility. They don't want to deal with the conflicts or don't want to face them like adults, so they would rather put it all on you. They don't respect you. It might not always be pure love and romance in a relationship, but there is one thing that is not negotiable. There always should be mutual respect. As we know that respect is also a key component in any relationship. People who respect each other and love each other. But if your partner doesn't seem to respect you or the relationship, they don't have boundaries when it comes to meeting new people, or they constantly flirt with other people. Even though they are in a relationship with you, then that's not respecting the relationship. In fact, Psychology Today lists respect as possibly more crucial in a relationship than love. If you feel like you're being challenged, but not in an encouraging way, or your integrity is being questioned, perhaps you feel like there isn't a basic level of decency, then these are all the signs that your partner doesn't respect you. It's all about priorities, and if your partner puts themselves first without even thinking about you or your feelings, then they will not care if you leave them because they don't love you the way you do. They might think they can do anything and you will just put up with it, but it's not healthy. Comparing you with other people. When you're in love with someone, you start seeing that person different and unique from others. But when they start comparing you with other people or compare you with their ex, this part hurts the most. It is one of the signs that your partner's losing interest in you. Let us take an example here. If your boyfriend or husband starts comparing you with other women that he sees in the street and keeps saying that you should be more like her, that you should dress like her, or change your hairstyle to something different, that's not a good sign. Sometimes during a casual conversation he will mention her in a positive light this way, giving you hints that you should follow her example. If your partner is doing this, then that is just being cruel. It's not love. Intimate contact when they need something. It doesn't matter if you live together or not. If your partner never initiates contact with you, then they might not love you. When someone is in love, they want to talk to them all the time, make sure that they're okay. When they are not around them, they are constantly texting them or making calls to make sure that they are okay. They will want to know everything about you. But if your partner never initiates contact with you, or if they only make contact with you when they need something from you, it's a sign that they don't love you. When you're in love, you want to talk to them as much as you can. You love hearing their voice. But if you are always the one who reaches out to them and they never take the initiative to contact you, then that's not a good sign. Doesn't talk about future. Though you and your partner are not at the stage of making commitments, you can still talk about marriage. But if your partner starts being vague and shady about commitments, then it's a sign that they don't love you, or they can say that they really don't see any future with you. They are just waiting for the good time to end things with you, or they are just passing time with you. This can be hard to face, but it's better to get to the bottom now. He never talks about your future together, which basically means that he doesn't want you in it. Maybe for now you are convenient to him and he wants you around for some reason, but that is not going to last. When this happens, you know that the spark that kept your relationship alive is gone. There is no point in forcing it back to life. Just let it burn out. If you find yourself in a situation, don't feel despondent. We are here to inspire you in all the areas of life.